let's connect both trading and education. When did you start trading?
I started trading in 2016. It was my third term, senior 4.
Come again?
2016.
2016?
Senior 4. At school, there's a guy whom I couldn't believe. When I approached him, he had made 10K USD, and by that time he had bought a Primo. You should first blame yourself. Why would you take a quick decision to do something before you think? Before you invest in someone, your time and money, first do enough research. Who are they? I think that's the best way to reduce scam. You can't avoid scam, whether in land, whether in Forex, in whatever business, you can't avoid scam. Even the president is also being scammed.
X-Men Josaiah, a young man at the age of 18 in senior 4, leaving blackboard to charts. So amazing. And now from that point of starting charts to starting up academies, he was inspired to train others because of scams, a lot of scams that were happening in markets. Imagine being inspired by negative actions of others and you end up doing something very good, something so much important to help others, and that is X-Men. Hello, welcome to Blocfiafrica. Today we sit with a name that echoes across Uganda's trading circles, X-Men, also known as Josaiah, a mentor shaping some of the country's fastest rising traders, a voice was raised, appraised and misunderstood, and a man whose journey in the markets is as intense as it is inspiring. Who is he behind the charts? What battles has he fought? And what truths does he believe every trader needs to hear? Ladies and gentlemen, let's step into the world of X-Men, also known as Josaiah. Josaiah, you're so much welcome to Blocfiafrica.
I'm happy to be here and to be part of the new rising formation.
Thank you. Can you say hello to our people?
Yes, hello guys. My name is Josaiah. I've been trading for 9 years so far, since 2016, and I'm very happy to be part of this show.
Thank you so much. He's very happy to be part of the show. You also have to be excited to be part of this, and also please look forward to watch this video from the start up to the end. Josaiah, I'm so much happy to host you today into our studios. For those who may not know you well, who is X-Men? Because this is the name you use on your social media handles. And also, how did that name come about? Not only that, but also before Forex, who was Josaiah?
Okay. Josaiah is a boy who was born in 1998 in Mutungo, Luzira, from a teacher who's my dad.
Wow.
And my mom, who was an accountant. So early before, Josaiah was a liquid soap seller and got passionate to trading. But through the hardness of liquid soap and the challenges of doing liquid soap, the day I used to feel the calling for online trading came in place. And the name for X-Men came in from one of the movies that I liked, called X-Men, because I like their unique approach. Okay, they looked so unique from other characters.
Okay.
So with an aim of joining trading, because I'd gone through a lot of scamming, I've been scammed by so many mentors or something of that sort, which made me develop, and I promised myself I wanted to create unique traders. That's why that name came in from.
You had a passion of creating unique traders, and maybe because of you being scammed by so many mentors, that's why the passion?
Yeah, scammed in, and actually loved the art.
The art of
trading.
Trading.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, we, on that very point of being scammed by so many mentors, we have hosted a lot of traders here. That is Lady Pips. I hope you know about her.
Okay.
She's called, that is her social media name, her channel name. She's called Angel. She's one of your mentees. We have hosted someone called Forex Milka. He's also a Forex trader, one of your mentees. Whenever you look at those people, they give you credit of what you gave them and how it has helped them to grow. Now, here I get a question. What inspired you to start teaching and mentoring traders? Could it be reasons as why you were scammed by so many traders?
Okay. The reason as to why I decided also to teach, I think it is also the universal calling. Since my dad was a teacher who taught people to look for jobs.
Okay.
And I'm now teaching people to make money. So during the times of learning, what hurt me most is paying someone for service, but don't get to the maximum.
Okay.
You understand? And I really wanted to get something that I can do with one love. Because even when I used to do liquid soap back then, I used to make sure, actually, if you see the branding of that time, you may think I'm a big company. It's just something small, operating like you're the delivery person, you're the mixer, you're the accountant, like everything, you're the one company, the designer, everything of the product. So that passion, when I put it in trading, because I was really tired of seeing people being disobeyed. Because I used to be in some people, you join the academies, of course I don't need to talk their names, but you pay for mentorship, but you don't get what you want.
Right.
If you are paid enough money. And that thing actually gave me motivation. Say, what if I also become a good teacher and make better traders?
Than scamming them.
Yeah, than scamming. Of course, scamming, sometimes also thank for it because it makes some people grow. But then I realized that...
Wait a bit. Scamming is also good.
It teaches you something.
It teaches you something.
Yeah. Because once you get scammed, you learn.
Have you ever scammed someone?
No, I haven't. I've never.
Are you planning to scam someone?
No.
Because maybe you want to make them grow?
No, not really. But I'm saying that when I got scammed,
okay,
that's when I learned. You understand? Okay, what do I mean by scam? There's some scam which involves maybe taking money. There's a scam of you expect a full service of this amount, but you don't get it. You understand? Example, buy a product of $200, but the value you get from it is $50. Now that's why the challenging part is, because money is a value, it's a store of value. So if you don't utilize the value well, it's very hard for you to succeed in it. So that's why the part became conflicting, because you pay someone to learn, but you only learn like 3 concepts. Or you get 3 videos, you get a PDF. So that became very challenging. And yet this side money is being taken and you have to survive. Now that's where the passion came in from.
Okay.
But I said before I go to teach, I had to prove myself that I can trade. I had to make sure I invest in education. Several concepts, several courses, but it was too much to take in. Then finally I got that breakthrough.
It felt like it's worth sharing.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's go back a little bit of this Josaiah before trading. Did you go to school, let's say O-level, A-level, university? Did you graduate? You know, before you graduate, you have to attend O-level, from O-level to A-level, and then university. Take us through that journey.
Okay. I've been to several schools.
Okay.
The first one was Mivule Primary School in Ruzira. That's where I was born from, the sides of Mutungo. I was there from P1 to P3.
Okay.
Then I went to Global Junior School Mukono, from P3 to P4. Then I went to Wakiso Junior in Wakiso. That was like up to P7. Then after P7, I went to Hilton High School Mukono for my HSC. Then I finished from St. Augustine Wakiso. HSC, senior 6. Then of course I went to MOBS. That's when I did bachelor's in economics.
Okay. Now let's connect both trading and education. When did you start trading?
I started trading in 2016. It was my 3rd term, senior 4.
Come again?
2016.
2016?
Senior 4.
Senior 4.
Yeah.
That was 2016. And that is when you started trading. You started by your own, or someone inspired you to join it and start it?
Someone inspired me to join and start it.
Yeah,
because at school, there's a guy whom I couldn't believe. When I approached him, he had made 10K USD, and by that time he had bought a Primo. Primo had just come. By that time, I remember this new Primo.
In O-level?
In O. For him, he quit. Then for him, he had to go, and
he never finished O-level.
He
quit. Yeah. And then he started trading.
Yeah.
He bought a vehicle.
He bought a vehicle.
When you were still
in senior 4.
So funny. And then he inspired you to start trading. Did you manage to finish senior 4?
Yeah, I had to, because my dad was a strict person. You know, academicians, he's a teacher.
Was a teacher.
So of course he couldn't tolerate that nonsense. He had to make sure I have to learn.
Okay.
He had to make sure I have to learn.
Okay. Now let's look at Dad, who is a teacher, and Josiah, who is now looking forward to learn Forex trading, even before finishing senior 4. What was his reaction when he heard that now my son is going to learn Forex trading, online business? He's not willing to finish all level, but his mind is now focused on online business. What was his reaction, and how did you handle that?
Okay. In senior 4, I had started, at school we used to buy second-hand phones. Now, by that time I was in St. Augustine senior 4.
Okay.
So in St. Augustine, you had the scholars who used to bring phones. Like, you don't know whether it is stolen or what, but you buy it, right? They have price. So when I used to get those phones, I could take it during holiday at home. Then of course my mom used to grab it and show it to my dad. My dad said, don't use these phones. They asked me, why do you want a phone for what? But me with my I wanted to learn trading on it. Because I used to feel that calling online, I think, would be the way. But I used to ask myself, can someone do something online and make money?
Make money.
Yeah, because I was really tired of the hustle and bustle. Because you wake up in the morning, you try to sell your liquid soap, you try to sell ice, but at the end of the day, you've earned less than $3. But you're putting more energy. So that's why it has become challenging part. But I used to love out of music and phone. So that's why the passion of the trading began. But my dad wasn't yet aware at that time in senior.
He wasn't aware.
Yeah.
But he knew that you had a phone.
Yeah. I used to come with phones like that.
So when did he come to know that you are into Forex?
Actually, the surprising thing, he got to know it in senior 6.
Wow.
Yeah, that's when he got to know it.
Did learning Forex when you are still in O level, did it affect your performance at the final exams of senior 4?
Now, that's the surprising thing, because at that time I'd got it, but I didn't put in too much focus. Until when I went in holidays of senior 4, that's when I put in more focus. I had to put in enough energy to understand. Because the good thing I've already done with these ones. So I started betting. Now, the funny thing is, you try to put your money there. I then used to use Templar. Money could go very fast because you're not yet used to the system. But my friend who had bought a Primo, he used to inspire me more. Because I used to go there and hang out at his place. But then, you get motivated. Because he's driving, you're not driving. So I said, I need to learn this thing. So of course he shared me the baby pips. Back then, I started drawing these things. But again, became more interested. But again, at the same time, I'm looking forward for HSC. At the same time, I'm also doing liquid soap and selling ice at home for kids. So that's where it became a strong drive to focus on it.
Now, when did you feel like now it's time I put selling liquid soap aside and I concentrate on Forex trading?
Okay. I got one of the greatest wake-up call.
Okay.
When I decided to say, let me make 10,000 Ugandan shillings per day. Just liquid soap. Because I was really tired of earning, but it goes back to data, it goes back to things. Then by the time I realized that capital is gone, which you have to put in liquid soap. Because the good thing with liquid soap is putting like 25k Ugandan shillings. No, like to produce 25,000 shillings. Then you find yourself earning almost like 100k if you sell all the merchandise. As long as you have water, materials are like for 25k minus jerry cans. You could be able to produce quantity of 100k Ugandan shillings. So let's say liquid soap with liquid or with a can. So one time I said I want to make 10,000 Ugandan shillings a day. So I did it for 25 days. I could make sure that I used to wake up early morning, I make like 5k. Then evening I sell another 5k. I make like 5k of liquid soap. And it helped me because I used to knock on gates like that. So when I did it by the time I used to keep money at microfinance in Awero. Okay. So I used to have the mobile banking app. So I used to put there 10k every day. Yeah.
Your savings.
So the day I was able to make 250k, I went to the bank just to see how it feels like. By even I was able to tuck in, put on a sharp shoe. Then I went to the bank. I met the manager. So to the manager, I want to see my statement. just to have that motivation. Now, there's a funny thing that hurt me most. You know, banks, when you're asking for a statement, each paper is 10K.
Yes.
They print for 10K. So there are like 3 papers, which I ordered 4. I know that's that. Go on. So when I looked at the balance, it was 220. Then I said, when will someone ever make $1 million? That was the shift point there. Because if I've overtoiled to this maximum, when will I ever make $1 million?
$1 million. Okay.
That's when
you realize that what you're saving is going to take much time to grow.
And time is running.
Okay.
Time is running. And once you enter the age of 20s, you may see 30 is far. Right now I'm 27, but I'm still worried over the 30.
3 years remaining.
Yeah, but I'm still worried. I don't know why, but I always feel it.
Why?
I don't know, but I always feel it. I feel like as if I've not achieved enough. That's what is in my mind 24/7. That's the funny thing. So by that time, I think I was like 22, 23. I'm seeing times running. When will I ever make $1 million? So that's the shift point. It gave me a wake-up call. Okay, now I was at the bank.
Okay. After realizing what you're saying is too small to make $1 million or to make big money to do something big.
And yet, back then, when you're on a demo, you still out of money. Because my team used to trade on a demo just to see how things work. But I think this side, you're toiling so hard to see even $1 million. Because when I put it in dollars back then, it was demoralizing. Then you see a car on the street, the car you admire is like in 10K plus. Now, those things triggered me more. But for the bank statement, it hit me hard.
We feel like we had to make something bigger than that. Yeah, and the solution was Forex trading.
Forex trading. So I had to make sure I grasp this thing. But I didn't know I was going in the worst hole that I didn't know that I was going in. Because I had to go through a lot. I had to put in, even one time I used to spend sleepless nights just trying to, you get a concept here on YouTube, you backtest, then you find that this guy on YouTube is asking you for $32, you get a PDF. Like that. Then I started getting interest here in Uganda, noticing that also there are traders here. Of course, I had to pay some people play around, but you know, it's part of the game. You can't avoid it. Any person who's joining trading, you have to
face that.
You can't avoid it. If you avoid it, you're lucky. Yes, so of course I went through more scams. Then you find okay, pay somewhere costs $100, but you have the reasons of why is this happening, and because I knew it in my mind, in any business that you join, you need to understand it well, very well. Once in the business that you don't understand well, it's very hard to pull income. Now that's where my drive was, because you find the market is moving, but you're putting in trades based on hope and faith. It's like opening up a shop. Then you think that if I sit there, customers will
going to come,
which is impossible. You have to do something that can bring them. So when I was doing that trading part, I had to put in the energy. So what hurt me investing in education, but what you're receiving is not what you've invested in. Because I valued my money more. But of course, sometimes you'll get annoyed, but you have nothing to do. He has delivered what he can. But to your expectation, realize that he's also still an amateur. That's why the issue comes in.
Okay. Now, from the time of you starting getting mentors or someone to teach you to the time of making your first withdraw, or maybe seeing that, okay, now I'm at a certain level that I can now earn from Forex trading, how many hands of mentors did you go through?
Wow. It's like 15. In
a period of how long?
I think, okay, when I remember, I first got my first mentorship in 2017, 18, and 19, and 20. I used to go through, even I went to what we call dark sites to get leaked courses. Because I'd learned so many concepts, ICT, BTMA, BBMA, Malaysian SNR, but there was always something lacking, you understand? But again, it was also the worst mistake I was doing. You know, sometimes also over-searching is bad. You knowing is also, you not knowing is, I think, is also a best way to trade. But once you say they mean no, I think that's when things go south. The day you say that now I want to know something becomes worse in trading. So it's much better sometimes not to know what you need to know. For me, that's what I realized that same time. I think, okay, it's much better for someone not to know some stuff.
You know less.
Because Because now that's the thing that costed me more money.
Having that
eager to know. Like I wanted to crack the system. You understand? Because what used to give me hope, back then I used to see guys who used to organize competitions back then, Facebook, Instagram, they put like 5 hackers. Now those 5 hackers, the one who's able to crack maybe a page or something, that's what used to win 1 million. And I would think, maybe also trading, there is a hack. So that thing used to give me hope. Because me too, I know every system has a loophole. It's up to you to find it. So I did my best. So, but through over-knowing, also I find that when you go in the chat, you're stagnant. Sometimes you feel like you're paralyzed after doing analysis. You're adding in.
You get analysis paralysis.
Definitely. You find yourself, you're adding in a trend line, next time adding in a moving average, next time you're refining a zone, next time you're looking for a value gap. So you feel like you know, but you can't pull out money.
Okay.
On a demo, it is something else. In a real, it is something else.
So from learning a lot of concepts, a lot of strategies, which strategy did you land onto, and then you realize that this is now what I have to go for, this is what I have to maintain, and how does it work for you?
Very good. Actually, I got one of the greatest teacher. Now, this is one of the, I think, the funniest point. You know, when I went to study more, when I was learning more of these concepts, something hit my mind. I realized that these guys were changing names. You notice that
the mentors,
actually not even the mentors. Maybe some mentors may not be aware by. That's the thing I noticed. Was you find that what they usually call an imbalance.
Oh yeah,
some people call it is the same as liquidity void.
Yes,
you understand. What you call a rally-based rally is the same as like a high low. What you call a demand zone is the same as a higher low. So it's just change of names and they package it to create something new. Yet it's something that you know.
Yeah.
What you call a breaker block is the same as support becoming resistance.
A resistance.
Or supply becoming a
demand.
You notice that. Now, how did I get to know that? So I remember one time I got one of the serious, actually this is the last person I paid to, was charging $1,500. At that time I didn't have it.
A Ugandan?
Yeah. No, it's not a Ugandan. He's not a Ugandan. Okay. So he charged $1,500 for the start. I said, now, which type of person can ask for such amount of money? 1,500. Because I had gone through, the last person I had paid before him, I had charged me 500. But he taught me something, to something there. So this guy charged for 1,500. I said, me hustle. And I said, hustle for it. But of course, I used to be in his inbox. And I used to be able to deposit slowly. You understand? But when I paid him, okay, what used to entice me, his entries and the scaling, it was really extraordinary. So now this is very interesting. This guy knows what I know, probably. So now the funny part is I vowed, actually I think God listens. I'd vowed and said that, God, if this thing fails, I'm totally leaving Forex. But of course, I've said that statement a lot. But I think there is a demo that makes you come back, because you compare other businesses, you see how much they are earning, then you see how much Forex brings, and it's worse if you've ever done a withdrawal. It's the day I think you sign to join that cult.
That's when now you accept that demon that keeps on coming to you to be in.
So then I said, this person be the last. If it fails, I'll stick to a system. I know what is funny. We usually find those things on YouTube, stick to one system. But you don't understand that part because you feel like something is lacking. And so once you start going for those concepts, you should have small stop losses, big rewards, too much complicated words that make you feel like, you're on stars. Yeah. But in reality, when this guy told me $1,500, of course, I used to pay in installments. But also something came in my mind.
Oh, he didn't charge you at once?
Yeah, no, he wanted me to charge me at once, but, being constant in his inbox, playing around.
Okay.
Say, okay, it can be depositing 500. Okay. So, of course, I hustled a tooth to nail, borrowing and I was able to get it and pay. And I remember it was like, by then it was like, I think 4 a.m. So right now it's like, I think 5, is it? It's kind of that kind, 5 to 6 as we speak. So, back then, so when I was able to get that man, I paid it to him. Now, the funny thing, I think when I went like 7 lessons,
from him.
Now, the first time we went through it, the guy said, I don't want screen recording.
That was what he said.
That was the first thing. I said, okay. But the first lesson was very interesting. I got to know some good deep concepts that I didn't know. But his way of teaching, because for him was already trading like for 17 years. And the mistake I think also noticed, sometimes also learning from less experienced is the worst. That's one of the mistakes I can recommend people not to do. To learn from someone of 3 years, 2 years, it's dangerous. Even though they have a higher win rate, it's not good. I'll explain that one in future.
Okay.
But so when I paid him, first session was interesting. So when he told us that it is done, I couldn't believe. But when I used to over-repeat his concepts, something used to click in every time. Actually, I give respect to that guy. I think his things were like a mantra. When I could repeat over his concepts, I could find myself remembering some. We find this guy used to change names. But even he also had also unique names. But it was the same approach.
Same approach.
Thank you.
Same thing.
Same thing. But the same approach. Just that we used to keep it complicated. Sometimes I believe in power of repetition. I always tell my students, always repeat to understand something. Even though it means to say 1 + 1 = 2, to repeat it over, you may likely find something that you didn't know. But traders, the mistakes they do, once they learn something, they don't want to repeat over, to practice on it. It becomes hard. Yet if you repeat over and add in what you call logical thinking, you get that opening, which I got. So that's when I was able to see that really mentorship is worth it. Of course, it took me time to make money. In 2021, what gave me hope is that I could be able now at least to make $20, $30, $40. That gave me hope.
After getting that training from him.
Yeah. Okay. Yet back then I couldn't even hold it. Imagine you have all the knowledge, but you close early.
Hello.
$1, 0.30, because of too much knowledge. You understand? Now, when after I got his concepts, I realized that still I was lacking to make money. I was failing to make money. I was making money, but not to the maximum I wanted. I realized that these things require a pillar. It's not about a strategy. I realized that sometimes when you need to risk money, because there is a time whereby I used to over-risk. The confidence came in. And confidence is one of the biggest killer in the market. Because all concepts were
feeling overconfident.
You drop out of course risk management. You end up dropping it out because you think now you know. So I used to over-risk, but I forget you don't have money. Now I reached the time where I used to make money on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Fridays like they cast you. You end up the whole weekend, you're broke. Then Monday, that's when money is around. And it used to appear. That's the funny thing. And data is always there. Because I've never seen a trader failing to get data.
Never.
I've never seen it.
Never.
So when I was able to get this concept, I reached the time where I couldn't still make enough money. Like consistent, because I was looking at the part for consistency. Of course, something started clicking. You know those things of sometimes being on YouTube, you take your time. I saw a video about psychology. So I clicked that video. It was really powerful. So I started now investing more time in psychology. But still, money wasn't coming in consistently. Then I went to risk management. I saw it's also very important. Now I'm trying to add the armor. Strategy is now okay.
Now I need a pillar.
Psychology is now okay. Risk management. Then there's a final twist.
And what is that?
It was the trade plan.
Trade plan.
It's the backbone. And actually that's the thing I always fight with my students. It is something that we put less attention to. Then later I realized the last part, I think the most important one after all those things, capital.
For the interest of our viewers, you've said that you might get training, you get different concepts, you get different strategies, but you need a pillar. And among other pillars, you have mentioned a lot, talk of discipline, talk of risk management. What is your main pillar that backs up your profits?
Very good. I think it's the most important pillar is discipline. Discipline of what? Of maintaining the 4. Because strategy has its own psychology. People don't know actually. People think a strategy has to be something, but it's always like a finalization of understanding those technical things, price, time, and Then also the risk management have to work hand in hand with the strategy. At the same time, even psychology yourself has to work hand in hand with the strategy and the risk management. Then lastly is the capital. Capital. Sometimes I think for the capital is very interesting. That part.
Very
interesting. Yeah.
As in, like, should it be very big? Should it be moderate? Should it be no matter how small it is? Can it start?
Actually, I think capital is one of the biggest failure factor in the trading industry worldwide. Why? You find someone has been trading for 4 years but is trading wrong capital. 5 years trading wrong capital. But remember, you're trading for 5 years, but you've been trading $10, but your mindset wants 10K USD.
From $10.
From $10. But you've spent 4 years. But remember, those 4 years, you've been blowing a lot of 10. You've been blowing a lot of $10. So when you get it, your mindset is still stuck on the 10. Yet in reality, if you wanted to make 10K USD, you need to have 100K USD, because the rule of the world, any business that makes 10%, it needs to have like revenue of 100%.
Exactly.
So the capital issue is the one of the big, which people don't pay attention to. I think small capital is very good for people who are learning.
You use it for learning, but not for earning.
Very good. Actually, that's a very good statement. I think that's where we need to put in focus. Once you finish to learn, that's when I have to look for capital that matches with your standard. Because the funny thing, if you find a trader even who has 10K, his mindset is 100K. Yet 10K USD can be able to make $100 per week. End of the month, it is 400, which is some money.
Yeah.
But for traders, we don't see that. Now, that's the thing that hit my mind more, because I reached the time where I got to know everything, but it is that I'm trading wrong capital, and that thing hurt me a lot.
Oh yeah.
Finally, I got a solution.
You got a solution. Now, we are lucky that we have in the studios of Blocfiafrica. I know whoever that comes to your academy, they pay money. But since we have you, we are very lucky. I'm now asking as someone who've just got a chance of getting into Forex trading, he or she have just heard of those new statements, talk of capital, talk of plan, talk of discipline, ABCD. Do you mind sharing a little bit how a good trading plan should be?
Very good. A trade plan is a summarization of your strategy, what you have to look for in the chart. Then it needs also to be backed up with risk management rules. For example, like the lot size you have to use, even the capital you have to trade. That's what a trade plan should have, such that you don't be trading wrong capital. Because let's assume you wanted to make 5K a month, it requires a capital of 50K. Because it's easier to make 10% a month, which is also a lot in Forex. But you need to get capital that can make you like feel, can I say, in a calm state of mind. Is that when you trade without pressure. The reason why we trade with pressure, because we're trading wrong capital. And that's when more time and more money goes in. So a trade plan needs to have the part of the strategy, what you look for, the part of risk management, then lastly, the demons. You have to write them down.
The demons?
Yeah.
Demons, like demons.
Yeah, demons, because everybody has demons. Some people have demons of failing to hold. Other people have demons of failing to manage their capital. Because you have to write those demons in form of motivation words.
Okay.
So, for example, you can write down that your profit and the loss is a lie until it is realized. Which means that if you make a profit, you need to know why you made that profit. So next time when you're going to go for the trade, you don't make money by luck. Then even the same time, that statement also reminds you that even you make a loss, you have to know why you made that loss.
Where it came from.
Thank you. Such that it can be able to help you in future before you go for another trade.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, so that's the last part for the demons. And a trade plan should always be either on your trade room, hanged on a wall, and one should be on your phone. But the first part that you have to see on top is the capital. The first part, if you write it as, you can say, okay, like 20,000 USD per month with my concept. Maybe you can name your concept this and this. Then on top you have my trade plan. Then next to write the rules you have to follow. We're evolving top down. Okay, what you have to look for in the chart. Depending on the strategy that you do, such that, because it creates that barrier of you not over trading. Because I say a trade plan is powerful. It puts that barrier of you not over risking. It puts that barrier of forcing confidence not engulf you. Also the boredom keeps it in, such that you'll be able to, sustain.
Hey, now having all that pinned up somewhere on the wall or maybe on your trading table, does this not limit someone that if someone has to be successful in the market, they have to be stationed somewhere, maybe in the room or somewhere they sit and trade? But I have seen people moving in train, in buses or in their cars, or they're somewhere on B. I mean, they have gone somewhere outing, but they on their phones trading.
Very good. Actually, now that thing I think is the worst. If you ever see someone still doing that, just know they're undergoing what called psychological pain, or at least pressing that buy and sell button. That disease is serious, having that pain. People feel like, I can't be there without pressing a buy and a sell. Of course, they have to be on the
They
chart.
need to keep clicking.
Yet, this thing is a business. You need to do that when you're in the learning phase with a mentor.
Yeah.
Says that after learning, you already now trusted the system, you've seen that it really works off and well, then you can rest. Now, how do you now? I think what I would recommend is this. Once you do top-down analysis, it makes you a better trader, even though you don't take a trade. If you say every day you only dedicate like 5-10 minutes just doing top-down analysis on the chart, it makes you aware of seeing your strategy, whether it's applying or not.
For our viewers, when you say top-down, does that mean daily to 4 hours, 1 hour?
Good. That's like
30 minutes, 15?
Yeah, top-down analysis is like an approach of seeing from higher time frames, small time frames.
Okay.
Why? Because when you look at market structure, is price action evolving over time. So if you don't be very adaptable to some new market conditions, it may be very hard for you to apply your strategy. That's why I find that people say that strategy no longer works, but just because they're not dedicating that part.
Okay, let's go now back to the demons you talked about in trading. You said every trader have got a demon, or even demons. Actually, my colleague Bashir he calls it akazimu k'obwavu. So this demon, what was your demon, specifically you, and how did you fight against it to overcome it?
Very good. My demons at first, I think, was...
It was not even one. You had demons.
There are always many.
You had demons.
And those demons, to go away, you either work on themselves, or you get someone to help you to go to chase them out. Which is not also
a pastor?
No, like a mentor, mainly.
Okay.
Because some people may not manage it themselves. That's why you have, I think, what you call psychiatrists. But for me, I had to face it alone, because, some mentors are very good before you pay. But after you pay, it's done deal.
Yeah.
So I had to face it alone. So the first demon I had was, I think, too much knowing. Because of what I'd learned too much in the market. It was too bad, so I had to work on it. Second was, also too much knowing can make you fail to hold a trade. And because sometimes they make you over risk. So I had all those things. The bit of knowing too much. Second was over risking. I had to work on that demon. The third was overconfidence. That one is also my demon at first. Another thing, failing to hold trades for long. Yet it's going to buy, it's going to sell. Another one was failing to apply risk management properly. And the last one, the most important one, if you know that you know too much, capital. That one you always have to fight tooth and nail to be in comfort. Because that knowing makes you feel like what you're earning is not something reasonable. You may see even $50 as nothing. Yet it is money. But because you're trading in a small pitch, it's like someone going to university, they have graduated a lot. The reason why they may fail to get jobs is because of their too much knowing.
They think they are overqualified for those small jobs.
Thank you. Yet you can begin with that small to make it big. But if you can't begin with a small, utilize what you have to make it work, which requires sacrifice. And I think the other demon was I used to look at time like an enemy.
Time?
You feel like time is running
against you.
Yeah, you find a social media, you find that this kid has built a house.
You don't have even a
You don't have one. You understand? This one has done this.
But you don't have that.
With afar. Then I say, no, I have to work on this.
Okay.
So I started seeing time as an enemy. I could use time as an asset to make sure that I have my own time, because I realize that trading, it saves that time. For example, you may have been in trading for 10 years and you've earned more, but someone is able to crack his own way in trading and earns what you've earned in 10 years in a month.
Yeah.
Because everybody has a different way of a blessing in trading. That's why I realize that, trading, okay, this one may have been the first to earn more, But trading has that ability compared to another business. Yeah. So those were the demons.
Okay. And thank God you overcame the demons, and now do you consider yourself as a profitable trader?
Yeah, no doubt.
No doubt.
No doubt.
Do you do mentorship?
I do.
Okay. Do you provide signals?
I do.
You provide signals?
I do.
Are they paid?
Yeah,
you provide them for free?
I'll give them for free in our Telegram group, because I do what we call top-down analysis on Tuesdays and Thursdays, free of charge, just to give people the long-term direction and short-term. Then also do the VIP. And maybe a question I can pass, because there are people who want signals every day. I don't do that. No. I give when I see. I wouldn't want someone to come and pay and expect to receive 15 signals a day, 15 signals a month. You can even get like 7 a month or 6. But because I would rather follow my trade plan than force what I don't need to see.
Okay, so now I'm kind of confused, because if you are profitable,
very good,
and now you take your time looking at the markets, you're doing the analysis, MECD, you spend sleepless nights doing maybe your courses to teach your mentees, why all that struggle and yet the market can pay?
Very good. Actually, I get that question a lot, from so many people. Because the reason, actually, I think if we begin with the genesis, sometimes we find doing things we shouldn't be doing. That's what I can say. And the teaching part began in 2023. How? Back then I started working with Tamam. There's a brokerage by then called Tamam. So one time I was invited, because how did it begin? It began with me, I used trading pop farms like that, started making some money like that. Then people start to recognize prop farms. Back then was my funded FX. Back then. My funded FX.
Funded FX, yeah.
Right now it's called secret funded. Right now, because they changed the name. So back then I used to trade prop farms to survive, because it was my breakthrough for capital. That's the only way. Because I had no way of saying that because I used to try those things of flipping, growing, but it's not enough because of the needs you have. So the teaching part, it began through friends. That's the funny thing. Now your friends has to come over, now you're renting, that life. You've just left your parents' home, you have your own home, you're living it. At least now people start to admire you. Now your friends start beginning. Hey, by the way, you teach well. Then I remembered my dad also used to teach. Used to teach. So that passion came in from there.
Oh.
Yeah. But my dad used to teach people at high school how to, of course, look for jobs. Now for me, I'll teach people how to make money. Now even the teaching thing is in me, because I get that recommendation from people. You teach well. I'm not saying this to glorify myself, but it's just recommendations that you get from people that you know how to teach.
They keep you pushing.
So in the I used to do the online. People used to say, can I pay and you teach me? So of course, they start to pay you. Then from nowhere, the Telegram came up like that. They're getting that exposure. Now, through the hustle and bustle, now I won't say this. This may sound a little bit awkward and funny maybe to some. People may see it in a wrong way. So the problem with trading, it had brought a lot of comfort. I had issue with investing. I had issues with investing. This is the problem of being profitable. I don't know if people have ever experienced this. Some tell you, just begin taxis, but you see the taxis bring in less than $40 a day. But even through hustle and bustle, if you do enough research, is just try agriculture, but you see the returns, it takes long to grow maize. You want to be a middleman to distribute.
Sometimes the season is unpredictable.
Even the returns are not giving. If your person started getting used to 1K and above returns, in a short time, it becomes very hard to convince that person to invest. So it became very hard for me. So I lacked what you call a sense of purpose.
Oh, yeah.
In 2024, I lacked a sense of purpose. By that time, I used to teach online, but at my own time, they said that, okay, maybe let me teach like 5, you teach. But through that teaching, people start to appreciate what you teach. Yeah. Because actually what has made me survive is referrals.
Oh, you even do referrals?
People always refer to me, people. That's the funny thing. Because this guy taught me, you go and try him out. So that's how I used to survive. But I used to do it because I liked what to do. Now, the funny thing is, by that time, I failed to invest. 2023 and 2024, I failed to.
But you had the money?
I had the money.
Capital.
Oh, definitely. I used to have funded accounts of 100K, 300K, 200K, and I used to cash in. So you see that. So it was very hard for me to find something that I can invest in and bring something reasonable. So in 2025, that's when I opened up an academy. And this when I opened it up, I lacked sense of purpose. I used to be home from now, I just drive, no plan. You remain home watching movies, eating, sometimes even you teach at your own time. Because people, I'm not always teach at these hours and they could understand.
Should it be maybe that your family is well off or something?
Not really. Actually, I think of course of too much hustle and bustle. When I finally figured it out, of course comfort comes in. When you start earning,
you want to reward yourself.
Yeah, but it reaches a time where I buy those things that are burnout. You realize that it's boring. Now, the day I began the academy, it became very stressful. How? You have to wake up in the morning. Sometimes you come back in the midnight. You go there even with no plan, just to start the things running. But it wasn't out of I wanted this thing to teach forever. Of course, going to reach a time and I will stop. Because I have a plan of setting up a hedge fund and later an investment bank in future. Because I saw trading can take you there. But to reach there, you need to build recognition. You need to build trust with so many people. Because through teaching, I've got so many connections from people. You see that? From people like that, even exposure, which I thank for. But I began it because of lack of purpose. The teaching part there.
Okay. Now I get you. As from that very point of setting up an academy, sharing signals, now you've said you have plans of setting up hedging funds. Today, if someone is offering signals and they offer mentorship, they are criticized as scammers.
Very nice.
Have you personally faced such kind of judgment and misunderstandings?
Yeah, very good. Actually, it's our everyday life. But once you have a skill, you shouldn't worry with that. You see that? Even though you make money, people will say something. But even though you decide, they say, let me keep the money, people will say, why not putting it in circulation? You understand?
They will always find a point to prove you wrong.
That's a must. You can't avoid the hate. Even though you're poor, people ask, why are you poor? If you're rich, why are you rich? So with such a scenario, of course, that's our everyday life. But what I recommend is, that's why people say scammer. Sometimes you shouldn't blame people. You should first blame yourself. Or do you take a quick decision to do something before you think? Before you invest in someone, your time and money, first do enough research. Who are they?
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to reduce scam. You can't avoid scam, whether in land, whether in Forex, whatever business, you can't avoid scam. Even the president is also being scammed.
Yeah, he gets scammed.
So you can't avoid it. But the best way is to first learn to find out, why is this happening? It's okay? And the funny thing in trading, everybody has to be scammed, whether you want it or not. And even though you complain, it won't help. You'll complain, people will see everything, but tomorrow the media will go off and people will forget. No one cares. You have to look at what am I going to benefit. That's why for me, when I was also scammed, I didn't come out talking one's name. Because I also know maybe they're also surviving to earn bread. So you just leave them. You see that? Yeah, so that's why I say scamming, it will never stop. It will always be there.
In trading, every person has got that challenge moment when you feel like now you have to give up. Is there a moment where, when you felt like now I should give up, trading is not mine, maybe I'm into something wrong, which doesn't belong to me. Is there that moment when you felt now I should quit trading? And if yes, what was that?
Yeah, it has happened countless number of times, a lot more, okay? Especially that feeling comes in and you've lost a lot. Or maybe after losing, but you forget it is still your issue. It's not the market. No. Not until you sit down and get the pen and paper and write down the demons. The day you get and write them down, there's always a solution. Because when I have a technique, when I get a pen and the pen, I put the problems this side, then I put this side the solution. But once you don't do that, your brain forgets. You start looking where you can put a problem at. Maybe my mentor is a scam. maybe I'm being watched, something of that sort. Yet these issues are caused by us. Because I realize the stress that we go through, it is caused by our own doings, everyday life.
Yeah,
so
true.
the best way is to always face ourselves. Because I've been through that over and over. But I always don't blame anyone. I always blame myself.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Now, talk of a mentor, a trader, and a learner. That pressure where learners expect you to always be on point, always to be right. How do you manage that kind of pressure that learners now they're going to see that I've made losses and they will criticize me? How do you manage such situations?
Okay, very good. Because the good thing is, traders, they look at what we call a short-term gain. They don't look at the long term, and that's how trading should work. Long term, you can end up experiencing like 9 losses. Some people break down with 9 losses, others break down with 3 losses, others break down with 1 loss. But when you experience losses, it's not the end. As long as you don't blow the account, you don't blow the account. So you just have to continue to trade, because what matters at the end of the month, have I earned? Now, it goes back to traders who, when they see, like, let's say, for example, like a loss in a trade, they are just actually looking at what we call the short term. You have to look at the long term.
Okay.
What's the curve speaking? What was the process? Because to be able to get a final event, you have to go through a huge process. Process of downs and up, and you can't avoid losses. I always actually motivate my students, when you get a loss, don't feel bad, as long as the account is there. There's a problem making,
As long as the account is there.
very good.
Important.
Yeah, than losing something entirely. When you lose something entirely, that's your own doing.
If you have $100, at least when you lose 30, at least you have 70.
You have something to protect.
When you lose 50, at least you have 50.
Thank
You don't lose it
You
entirely.
don't lose it in once. Once you lose it, then that's when you can recheck. Again, another thing, when you make a loss, find out why. Even when you make a profit, that's when the trade plan comes in. I think it's very powerful. You get to know even how much you've earned. Why also, when you make a profit, you need to know why that profit exited, even the loss. Some traders, when they get 3 losses, of course, they drop out the risk management plan. The one who used to lose 5 starts losing 10, 15 in a trade. Of course, that means demons have come in. You understand? But someone who's strong, if you lose like 5, maybe 6, 5, 4, like that was demons are not yet coming. But once you see losing 5, 15, 20, demons already coming, the emotions, the word, everything.
Thank you so much. Now, I want you to tell me, where do you see Forex trading in Uganda in the next 5 years? And also, which opportunities are you seeing in Uganda referring to Forex trading that Ugandans are not taking?
Actually, that's a very interesting thing. Actually, when I see trading in the next coming 2 years and more, actually, if you notice, most of Ugandans got to know trading in 2019. If you notice that,
yes, when they are
2020, free. But now, it's now growing at a faster rate. But right now, the competition is a little bit low. And now the good thing now, awareness is coming in. Okay? And from what I've seen from the countries I've moved, I understand that Ugandans are fast learners.
You said that.
Yeah, they are fast learners and they have a great potential. But the best way to make this work in Uganda, it starts from us. The pioneers, those ones who are like mentors, they need to create a change. First in the education part, then later things can work out. But the good thing is going to work out in the next coming 2 years. It's always growing, and which is going to become very powerful. And the way I see it may take over Kenya,
Uganda,
and Tanzania.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because I've already started seeing some changes.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's going to take over. Because when you compare Ugandan content in Forex, when you compare the education part, we are far.
We are far.
Yeah, we are far.
We are very far. Let's keep it shining, because we can put this somewhere very far, and I do believe that you can benefit out of it. If he has made it, why not you? If I'm making it in Forex, why not you? Try as much as you can, learn, but learn what is going to help you out. Finally, the opportunities you are seeing in the Forex space in Uganda, and the Ugandans are not taking those opportunities.
Okay, now very good. I think what I'd recommend youths to do is one thing. They shouldn't over-focus on opening telegrams opening. It's okay to open academies. I have no issue with that, to create more awareness and teach. And I think what I would want them to do is to sharpen their skill. Why? When they sharpen their skill and have a trade journals, we have opportunities because you have your investors who are having stagnant money that is stagnant. So the best way is to sharpen your skill. Once you sharpen your skill in terms of managing finance and managing your strategies, you can be able to manage people's money. But again, don't use mouth. Yeah, use documentation to an agreement, a formal agreement that can protect both of you. Once that is done, that's another first opportunity you can do. The second opportunity, for those who have enough funds and have got a good skill, you can focus on hedge funds to manage. If you can't manage, be able to get like individual people. You can set up hedge funds, you set up investment banks, or else you set up a crypto wallet. Because trading is like the capital. It's the way only to get capital to achieve things. And so the only business that can bring capital first. Then another people can also sharpen their skills and do their work more in copy trading. Just make the skill work.
Make the skill work. Thank you so much. That was him. We have got a lot from him. I believe you've learned a lot from this episode. Please just follow, click the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on what is coming up. Can you say a few words of wisdom, the last words of wisdom to our viewers as you pay goodbye to them?
Okay. What I would love to share is that never give up in this system. It will always pay. Focus on the process. Events will finally appear.
Okay. And lastly, where can they find you?
They can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and also on YouTube, X-Men Forex.
X-Men Forex, that is his social media handle name. Please follow him. Go and look for a lot. He has got a lot of information which is going to help you. Thank you so much for watching us. This is Blocfiafrica. As always, please subscribe and share so that your colleagues should not miss. Lastly, HFM, very important, very good, very simple to use, so powerful, quick support is there. Go, search for it and use it to trade. My name is Julius Kamukama. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Swap free accounts. Join HFM now